The U.S. Supreme Court bailed on the NVIDIA case. Xbox previewed cloud streaming of games you own on consoles. And MasterClass On Call gives you on-demand access to AI facsimiles of its experts. It's Thursday, December 12th, and this is Engadget News. The U.S. Supreme Court dismissed an NVIDIA case it previously agreed to hear as quote-unquote improvidently granted. In other words, oops, we never should have taken this one. The decision lets most of the lawsuit brought by shareholders against the chipmaker to proceed. An investment firm and a pension fund brought the case against NVIDIA, claiming the company misled investors about its reliance on the crypto mining industry. The suit claims NVIDIA concealed its dependence on the market before a 2018 crash that sunk the chipmaker's stock prices. The court's unanimous dismissal reflected its apparent aversion to hearing the case's complex technical details. The language used in the dismissal was identical to a remarkably similar dismissal in a case that SCOTUS heard last month against Meta, which also accused it of deceiving investors. The Washington Post reported that the justices offered hints at the NVIDIA dismissal when they heard arguments in mid-November. The New York Times says court members across the ideological spectrum sounded frustrated with the arguments. As AI's thorny and ultra-high-stakes legal and ethical questions loom, we can take comfort in the fact that the highest court in the world's most powerful nation sounds utterly uninterested in diving into big tech's often head-spinning technical details. At least the stakes are much lower in this case, only affecting the finances of a crazy rich corporation and a group of likely rich Wall Street investors. Microsoft has started a beta test that will finally bring cloud streaming to Xbox consoles. Participants in the Alpha Skip-Ahead and Alpha tiers of the Xbox Insiders program can start using this feature now on their Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One consoles. This news is an extension of the Stream Your Own Game feature that Microsoft announced back in November. That initial launch allowed Game Pass Ultimate subscribers to stream select games they've digitally purchased to their televisions, MetaQuest VR headsets, and to some supported browser setups. The company said at the time that it planned to also bring streaming to Xbox consoles and to the Windows Xbox app next year. While this update is a welcome addition to the Stream Your Own Game hardware, there are still some caveats on the feature. First, it's limited to Game Pass Ultimate members. Second, the game needs to support cloud streaming. There's a short list of titles included in the program for now, but several of them are excellent ones that are well worth a look. Baldur's Gate 3, Balatro, Cyberpunk 2077, Animal Well, Stray, and the first 6 Final Fantasy games, to name a few highlights. Once this goes live to the whole Xbox audience, it should be a useful way to streamline game downloads and to access your whole library without needing to shell out for external storage. In related Microsoft news, the Windows Xbox app is getting a couple of updates. The new home screen for the app will highlight curated game collections and suggested titles, as well as recent game news, releases, and sales. MasterClass is expanding beyond pre-recorded video lessons to offer on-demand mentorship from some of its most popular celebrity instructors. And if you're wondering how the company has gotten some of the busiest people on the planet to field your questions, guess what? The answer is generative AI. On Wednesday, MasterClass debuted On Call, a new web and iOS app that allows people to talk with AI versions of its instructors. As of yesterday, On Call was limited to 2 personas representing the expertise of former FBI hostage negotiator Chris Voss and University of Berkeley neuroscientist Dr. Matt Walker. Now, in the future, MasterClass says it will offer many more personas, with Gordon Ramsay, Mark Cuban, Bill Nye, and LeVar Burton among some of the more notable experts sharing their voices and knowledge in this way. David Rogier, the CEO of MasterClass, said on social media, "This isn't just another generic AI chatbot pulling data from the internet. We've built this with our experts training the AI on proprietary data sets." Now, per Inc., MasterClass signed deals with each on-call instructor to license their voice and expertise. Judging from the sample voice clips MasterClass has up on its website, the interactions aren't as polished as the ones shown in the ad the company shared on social media. In particular, the voice of Chris Voss sounds robotic and not natural at all. On Call is also a standalone product with a separate subscription from the company's regular offering. To use On Call, users will need to pay $10 per month or $84 annually. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Will Shanklin, Anna Wyschenko, and Igor Bonifasic, and was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer by an actual human. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.